Have you ever caught a girl looking at you and wondered what to do next? It can be both exciting and nerve-wracking when you notice someone's gaze. Do you smile back, look away, or approach her?
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
This moment can be crucial in making a good impression and possibly starting a connection. Many guys feel unsure or awkward in these situations, but with a little confidence in the right approach, you can turn that glance into a great opportunity. In this video, we will explore some simple steps you can take when a girl looks at you. Whether you're in a coffee shop, a classroom, or at a party, knowing how to respond when a girl looks at you can make all the difference.
It's the guy by the door, but don't look. No, guys! Oh, he's really cute. I'm gonna check this one out and see if he's the keeper.
So, what do I do when a girl looks at me? The answer is simple. Look at her. That is if you want to. If she's someone you're not interested in, you can look away or be polite. Give her a half smile, turn away, and then never look again. Here's the thing. If you see a woman and she looks at you, look back. 9 out of 10 times, those awful repercussions will not happen, as long as you look back in the way I'm about to describe. If a woman looks at you, look back at her for about 2 seconds and then turn away with a smile. Don't worry if her look catches you off guard and you look away quickly. That's a totally normal reaction. But afterwards, grab your confidence and look back at her. Make eye contact, smile, and then turn away. You can then decide what you want to do with that look.
I realize that you hadn't even thought of her once.
Approach her right then and there. That look was most likely an open invitation that she wants to know more about you. Wait a little bit until you're done with what you're doing, and then go and approach her. If after that eye contact you decide she's not worth it, don't look back and enjoy your day. A girl looking at you doesn't have to be a stressful situation. Enjoy it, reciprocate, and approach if you want. Now, let's dive a bit deeper into why this simple act of looking back is so powerful. First, it shows confidence. Confidence is incredibly attractive, and when you look back at a girl who's looking at you, it sends a clear message that you're not afraid to engage. It tells her that you're comfortable in your own skin and that you're open to the possibility of a connection. Confidence doesn't mean being arrogant or aggressive. It's about being assured in who you are and how you carry yourself.
Seriously? It's like you're photoshopped.
Second, looking back can create a moment of shared experience. When you make eye contact and smile, you're establishing a brief but meaningful connection. It's like saying, I see you, and I'm interested. This moment can be the foundation for a conversation or even a relationship. It's a way of breaking the ice without saying a word. It's subtle but effective, and it opens the door for further interaction. Of course, not every glance will lead to a deep connection, and that's okay. The important thing is that you're giving yourself the chance to explore those possibilities. Sometimes a look might lead to a smile, which could lead to a conversation, which might lead to something more. Other times, it might just be a pleasant moment that doesn't go anywhere. The key is to be open and willing to see where it might lead.
And don't forget, I'm also just a girl. Standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
Now, let's talk about what happens if you decide to approach her. Approaching someone can be nerve-wracking, but it's also an exciting opportunity to connect with someone new. When you approach a girl who's looked at you, you already have a small advantage because she's shown some interest. Use that to your advantage by being friendly, genuine, and confident. Start with a simple greeting and maybe a comment about the situation you're in. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture or a clever line. Just be yourself and let the conversation flow naturally. Now, what if, after making eye contact, you decide she's not someone you're interested in? That's perfectly fine. You're not obligated to pursue every potential connection. If you decide she's not worth it, simply move on with your day. There's no need to overthink it or feel guilty. It's all about being true to yourself and your own interests. You have the right to choose who you want to engage with, just as much as she does. In some cases, you might find that you're not ready to approach her right away. Maybe you're in the middle of something, or you need a moment to gather your thoughts. That's completely understandable. Take your time, and when you're ready, make your move. The key is to be deliberate and confident in your actions. Whether you approach her immediately, or after a few minutes, the important thing is that you're taking control of the situation and making a conscious decision about what you want to do. Let's also touch on the idea of rejection. Rejection is a natural part of life, and it's something we all experience at some point. If you approach a girl and she's not interested, don't take it personally. It's not a reflection of your worth or attractiveness. It simply means that, for whatever reason, she's not interested at that moment. The best way to handle rejection is to be gracious and respectful, thank her for her time, and move on. There are plenty of other opportunities out there, and each interaction is a learning experience that can help you grow and improve. One thing to keep in mind is that body language plays a huge role in these interactions. When you look back at a girl, your body language should convey openness and confidence. Stand up straight, make eye contact, and smile. Avoid crossing your arms or looking down, as these can signal insecurity or disinterest. Positive body language can make a big difference in how you're perceived and can increase your chances of making a good impression. Another important aspect is to be mindful of the context. Different situations call for different approaches. For example, if you're at a social event, it might be easier to approach someone and strike up a conversation. In more formal settings, like work or public transportation, you might need to be more subtle and considerate of the environment. Always be aware of the social cues and adjust your approach accordingly. Let's talk about some practical tips for making eye contact and initiating a connection. First, practice makes perfect. If you're not used to making eye contact, start small. Practice looking people in the eye during everyday interactions, like when you're ordering coffee or talking to a colleague. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become. Next, focus on being present in the moment. When you're out and about, be aware of your surroundings and the people around you. Pay attention to those subtle cues, like a girl looking your way. Being present and attentive can help you catch those opportunities as they arise. When you do make eye contact, try to hold it for about 2 seconds. This is long enough to acknowledge the other person, but not so long that it becomes uncomfortable. After making eye contact, smile. A genuine smile can go a long way in making you appear friendly and approachable. If you're caught off guard and look away quickly, don't worry. It happens to everyone. The important thing is to regain your composure and look back. This shows that you're still interested and not intimidated. It's a natural reaction to be surprised, but how you recover from it can make a big difference. Once you've made eye contact and smiled, you can decide what to do next. If you feel confident and the situation allows, go ahead and approach her. Start with a simple greeting like, "Hi, I noticed you looking at me and thought I'd come over and say hello." Keep it light and friendly, and let the conversation flow naturally from there. Now, this smile is key. It doesn't have to be a big, cheesy grin, just a simple, friendly smile. This shows that you're approachable and confident. Trust me, women notice these little details. When you smile, you're letting her know that you're not a threat and that you're comfortable in your own skin. This small gesture can make a huge difference. Once you've broken the ice, keep the conversation going by asking her open-ended questions. These are questions that require more than a yes or no answer and encourage her to share more about herself. For example, you could ask, "What brings you to this part of town?" Or, "What do you like to do for fun?" These kinds of questions show that you're interested in getting to know her as a person, not just trying to pick her up. As she responds, make sure you're actively listening. This means paying attention to what she's saying, nodding occasionally to show you're engaged, and responding thoughtfully to her answers. Active listening is a crucial part of building a connection with someone. It shows that you value what she has to say and that you're genuinely interested in her. Plus, it helps you keep the conversation flowing naturally. During the conversation, try to share a bit about yourself as well. You don't want the conversation to be one-sided. Share some interesting or funny stories about yourself, talk about your hobbies or interests, or mention something exciting you've done recently. This helps her get to know you better and shows that you're not just there to interview her, but to have a meaningful exchange. As the conversation progresses, pay attention to her body language and responses. If she's smiling, making eye contact, and seems engaged, these are all good signs that she's interested in you. On the other hand, if she seems distracted, gives short answers, or looks around the room a lot, she might not be that into the conversation. And that's okay. Not every interaction will lead to a great connection, and it's important to recognize when it's time to gracefully exit the conversation. If things are going well and you feel a good connection, you can suggest continuing the conversation another time. You could say something like, "I've really enjoyed talking to you," Would you like to grab a coffee sometime? Or, I'd love to continue this conversation. Can I get your number? These kinds of invitations are straightforward and show that you're interested in seeing her again without putting too much pressure on her. But what if you're not quite sure how she's feeling? If you're getting mixed signals, you can always test the waters with a casual invitation. For example, you could say, I'm heading to a new coffee shop later. Would you like to join me? This kind of invite is low pressure and gives her the option to say yes or no without feeling awkward. If she's interested, she'll likely say yes or suggest another time that works for her. Remember, the goal is to make her feel comfortable and appreciated. Be genuine, be confident, and most importantly, be yourself. Women are attracted to authenticity and confidence. When you approach her with a genuine interest in getting to know her, she'll be able to sense it, and she'll be more likely to respond positively. In conclusion, when a girl looks at you, it's a potential opportunity for connection. Look back at her, smile, and decide what you want to do next. Whether you choose to approach her, wait a bit, or move on, the key is to be confident, genuine, and respectful. Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back from exploring those possibilities. Embrace the moment, be yourself, and enjoy the experience. Remember, it's all about making a connection and seeing where it might lead.